Of course, you know cilantro and their famous kimchi fries. The fast casual Korean barbecue restaurant started as a tiny food truck here in Austin 12 years ago. And in this morning's Good Day Together, where we focus on communities of color, I met up with Jay Kim, who's sharing his journey as an Asian immigrant in hopes of inspiring others who look like him.
This is a last-minute catering intern.
Jay Kim, CEO and founder of Cilantro, starts his day with team updates. Today's a little behind the scenes with the catering team.
They're presenting most of the ideas and they're presenting solutions, and I'm there to kind of help them, guide them through. Thanks, Kat. I know
it's a quick drop-in before the next stop with marketing.
For the updates,
Kim is candid about showing the behind the scenes of his business.
Going through a pandemic, it was pretty tough. You know, there was a situation where I thought, I called my wife and I said, I think we're gonna go bankrupt.
They didn't, but now he's sharing his struggles on social media.
60% of the restaurants fail in the first year.
He's been in business more than a decade, but he's hoping to help other entrepreneurs recover like he did.
Coming out of it, I just felt like there were still restaurateurs and entrepreneurs out there, small business owners that are struggling. And they're tired, they're exhausted. And I just wanted to bring some value to their life.
A value that took Kim years to find.
If you're an immigrant, grew up with a single mom who had to support her 2 kids, if you're not getting good grades in school, if you have a sibling who's disabled, and if you lost your dad to cancer, that's me.
Hello.
Kim's story is a tough story, but you wouldn't know the struggle spending a day with him.
I was angry because I was the victim of my situation. Grew up in a single mom. I had visa issues. Not a lot of people know who were born here, like going through the immigration process of getting a green card. Then you're thinking do I belong here? And it just starts off with that language barrier.
He channeled that anger towards his dreams.
Hi, Joel.
His 9th location in South Austin on Brody Lane opens in late May.
Look at this. And being an Asian American, being an immigrant who came to United States when I was 12 years old with my mom and a sister. And unfortunately, my sister passed away, so I don't get to kind of show her this. But, when my mom comes to visit Austin, I get to bring her here and just kind of show her, hey, this is the journey.
The outside world may see the journey of a young Korean family who simply wanted the American dream. But for Kim, it's his sister's memory that keeps him going.
NF2 is a neurofibromatosis type 2. People out on the street with NF2, they're just gonna look different. And I have a personal vision that I'm keeping it to myself because one day I want to be able to accomplish this for her.
We'll know when that day comes, but for now, Jay Kim keeps going and growing, remembering this all started with a young Korean mother, a little boy, and his sister, gone physically, but not in spirit.
Even right now, she's teaching me about how I should be thankful, I should be grateful, and that, hey, don't forget about the mission that you have or the vision that you have. Just know why you're doing it, why you're doing what you're doing.
This month, we celebrate Hispanic heritage, and in this morning's Good Day Together, we're talking to the sisters behind one of Austin's taco empires. Veracruz Tacos was just featured in the New York Times, and they're planning to open their first LA shop later this month. But they say their mission in the taco business is to preserve authenticity.
Cilantro, cebolla, ¿verdad? Se siente como la vibra.
You can feel the vibe, Maritza Vasquez says.
Es el de guava papa, México chiquito.
Little Mexico, fast pace, no time to stop.
Acá falta una amiga poblana.
Every weekend, hundreds of tacos pass through here.
Amiga con tocino, Doña Reina.
Despite the hustle, this taqueria isn't about the tacos.
Cuando yo como un taco, siento, okay, estoy en casa o algo así. Y mucha gente me ha dicho eso, que sienten como si estuvieran en casa.
Flavors and dishes she hopes transport you to her homeland of Veracruz.
Bueno, nosotros crecimos en Veracruz, México, y bueno, trajimos la esencia de Veracruz acá. Lo que nosotros conocemos como la comida que mi mamá nos cocinaba básicamente.
Maritza isn't the only boss lady around here.
Me gusta la adrenalina.
She says she likes the adrenaline. Reina is the other sister running this taco empire.
No, me gusta la plancha porque siempre estás haciendo algo, entonces para mí es como relajante.
A way to meditate and connect to her ancestors and keep her people's story alive.
Como que la autenticidad se está perdiendo un poco. Nosotros, pues orgullosamente podemos decir que somos 100% mexicanos, ¿verdad? Y que nuestras recetas vienen de generación en generación. Mi mamá aprendió de su abuelita, de su mamá y luego así. Entonces aquí marcamos.
A common thread in all of this? Strong Mexican women.
Eso ya no faltaría nada más, sería eso, ¿verdad? Nosotros estamos bien orgullosas de ser latinas primeramente, de ser mujeres emprendedoras. Abrimos en el 2008.
The Veracruz dream started in 2008 as a small juice truck. 13 years later, these sisters hold on to their mission, remembering where they came from.
Es muy importante, no solo que seamos hispanos, nosotros queremos también traer más mujeres latinas y enseñarles lo que se puede hacer, ¿verdad? Porque a veces tenemos la mentalidad equivocada que solamente las mujeres se quedan en la casa. Esta es la amiga, esta es Doña Reina.
And through breaking stereotypes and support from their community, these women are spreading their taco empire to the streets of LA.
Chica, espérame, no te me vayas. Vamos a Los Ángeles a ver qué tal nos va, pero es otra experiencia, es otro sueño y es otra aventura que queremos vivir y pues vamos a echarle las ganas y disfrutarlo.
In this morning's Good Day Together, we're celebrating Black History Month and the contributions Black people have made in the travel industry. Jeff Jenkins, a former Manor music teacher, is at the forefront of redefining Black travel, encouraging others who look like him one trip and TikTok at a time. If you haven't seen Chubby Diaries on TikTok, you're missing out on a whole new vision for traveling.
I help chubby people travel the world. So Chubby Diaries is an online platform that helps people that look like me get out there and travel and be more adventurous to live life now.
Y'all ever seen a fat dude scuba? Well, I haven't, Jeff Jenkins writes, so I decided to change that, he says.
A lot of times people ask like, well, are you promoting obesity? No, I'm promoting live life now. I'm not saying like, hey, wait till you lose this amount of weight to get out there and travel, but I want people to go travel now.
Jenkins now travels for a living with more than 40 countries on his checklist.
We are redefining what it looks like to travel in the travel space, because I didn't think that I could go scuba diving. I didn't think that they would have a pack that would fit me, or the tanks, like the vest that would go over me, or the wetsuit.
His social media resonates not only with people who look like him, but the travel industry as a whole.
I was on the front cover of Flights and Stilettos, and even when I started, I didn't think I would have this impact like I have. To even be named in Travel and Leisure as one of the most notable people in travel, I thought that was just like absurd, like, because all I feel like I'm doing is just trying to help and a underrepresented group of people.
It's a lot between planning, shooting content,
What's up, beautiful people?
producing and writing, but Jenkins does it all with joy.
People are like, why are you always so happy? Why are you so positive? Well, one, I can tell you I'm happy and positive because I'm just like super grateful.
Grateful because life hasn't always been easy.
My mom was in an abusive relationship, and I always do equate like one of my first or fondest memories of actually traveling for the first time was actually when she was fleeing a domestic violence situation, and we went from Florida all the way to Connecticut, but we went on a Greyhound bus, and it felt like if we were on an adventure.
Jenkins didn't board his first flight until he was in college. He traveled a lot that decade, and during a mission trip to build water wells in Africa, he decided to make this a living.
I remember like looking out in Rwanda and being like, you know what? I want to travel the world, help people, and get paid to do it.
And that he does, helping people who look like him know they belong in these spaces too.
Representation matters because when people see themselves represented, it gives them the motivation and the courage to be able to go do it themselves. So it's like they have to see themselves a lot of times before they actually do it.
Texas ranks as one of the top states for LGBTQ-owned businesses. Here in Austin, the LGBTQ Chamber says they've partnered with more than 500 of them. In this morning's Good Day Together, where we focus on communities of color, we met with the owners of Austin cookie company Wonder Cakes. Not only are they partners, they're also Guatemalan immigrants who say while they've had much success, things are not always rainbows and sunshine.
We're sending a little love and pride celebration to some of the LGBTQ-owned businesses in Austin.
A way to say we see you.
So do you do labels?
Luis and Hans own the cookie company Wonder Cakes.
We really admire what they do, and being LGBTQ-owned is hard, so we admire that they are out there and being successful.
Things look busy now, but a year ago, South by Southwest was canceled, leaving them with a surplus of tons of cookies.
What really amazes us is that something somewhere made us keep our cool when the whole South by and the pandemic thing happened, and instead of panicking and saying, okay, I guess this is it, we're going back to Guatemala, we somehow managed to turn it around and to react to the situation without panicking. This was the time where there was no toilet paper at Target, and it was like a ghost town. It was horrible.
They had to scramble quickly to come up with a second plan. Their cookies and story went viral.
It was amazing how everything changed for us in a year.
This year, they're dodging new challenges.
This is the first time that we're doing something for pride, and we felt a little guilty in the beginning. We didn't want to rub in anybody's faces because that's what brands, they usually do. And then we thought about it and we were like, you know what? We are LGBTQ owned, so we should celebrate pride. We have the right to do it.
So the small business teamed up with Love Loud, an LGBTQ organization to help support youth, founded by Dan Reynolds, lead vocalist for Imagine Dragons.
First and foremost, talk about how good those cookies are because it's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I've gained like 20 pounds just based off those cookies.
Every dozen cookies you buy, Wonder Cakes gives back to the organization. The couple was excited until they started getting feedback. Some people in support, others.
We've gotten so many emails of people that they don't want to buy the cookies anymore, that they don't support homosexuality.
They say the comments were hurtful at first, but they see things different now.
On the bright side, that's exactly why we're doing this, because we still need to create awareness. We didn't even think that we had to, but yes, you still have to create awareness, and you still have to show the world that being a minority, it's just your superpower.
While the mission started with cookies and treats, things have changed.
With all this that we're doing, we can make a change. I think that's our goal. And if we do that, we're gonna be given to the new generations way more than we expected.
A goal to be there for those who need community, while giving others a different perspective of what pride means.
I used to have a teacher who compared being gay to being left-handed, which is just a thing. You are left-handed.
And he's left-handed,
I am
so.
left-handed. But yeah, it's like
add that to the list.
You are left-handed. You can pretend not to. It used to happen. You can pretend not to be left-handed, and you're going to be miserable pretending that you're not left-handed. But the only thing that being left-handed says about you is that you are left-handed. That's it. So I think this is a very similar, a very accurate comparison. Happy Pride.
Yes, happy Pride, everyone. Celebrate with cookies.